New tonight, details from a top-secret federal budget dubbed the Black Budget. The Washington Post first broke the news online with details provided by none other than former intelligence contractor Edward Snowden. Washington Post reporter Greg Miller is working on this story and joins us from the paper's newsroom. Greg, this is an incredible story. It provides insight into intelligence spending we've never seen before. Could you give us some background on what the Black Budget is?
The Black Budget is the budget for the U.S. spy services, which include the CIA and the NSA, which you've been reading a lot about, and about 14 other agencies. So it's the total budget for espionage for the U.S. government. And you're right, we've never had such an extensive view into the spending of these agencies because they've always been classified, and that's why we call it the Black Budget.
Now, in the article, you and Barton Gelman point out that successes and failures are highlighted in the budget summary. What stands out most, good and bad?
Well, you're right. I mean, these documents, it's a budget, but it goes way beyond just being a spreadsheet and a collection of numbers. It really lays out their successes and failures and a lot of their blind spots. And they include trying to understand the nuclear programs in North Korea and Iran are described as really extremely difficult targets. There's a fair amount of attention on Pakistan. There's other indications of how difficult it is to get an understanding of some of the chemical weapons and biological weapons proliferation problems that emerge in Russia and other countries. So it's a really comprehensive list of the areas where U.S. spy agencies still have the most trouble.
Much has been made of the NSA snooping, but your report suggests they may be getting too much information now. What's being done about this, and should we be concerned over the type of information that's being gathered?
Well, I mean, already many Americans are concerned. I mean, the earlier disclosures from these Snowden documents, I think, were a revelation to many Americans that the U.S. spy agencies had gathered so-called metadata, or calling data on almost every citizen in the country. And the Black Budget documents show us just how extensive and massive these programs have become in the 12 years since the September 11 attacks.
Do you think Congress even knew these details that you discovered?
Well, sure. I mean, these are budget documents that are submitted to Congress. This is the administration's proposed spending numbers for intelligence agencies, but they're only submitted to a portion of Congress, to the Intelligence Committee. So it's not available across all members. So it's very close-hold stuff, even when it is shown to lawmakers.
Greg, it's an exhaustive report, but could you talk about the process you, Barton, and Julie Tate went through in putting together this story?
Well, you know, one of the interesting aspects of this was just the sensitivity around it. So we had to create a separate special room here at the Post where the documents were held in a secure way, so they were never connected to the internet or vulnerable. We tried to protect them as much as possible. And then we wanted to be responsible with this material. You know, the government clearly wasn't thrilled that we're publishing all of this detail, but we did have extensive discussions with intelligence officials and agreed to withhold some information that was considered so sensitive that it would compromise U.S. operations overseas.
From Watergate to now Black Budget. Greg Miller with the Washington Post, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll have much more news and weather when we return, so keep